Through the mist in the middle of nowhere rises a towering metropolis that could very well be described as China's Manhattan Project. Backers say Yujiapu will be a world-class financial center with floor space rivaling New York, London, and Shanghai. Skeptics, though, say it's more likely a ticking time bomb, representing local government spending run amok.
Obviously, they're taking a very long-term view. I think the reality is you'll end up with completed buildings that may be empty for some time. So I think there's clearly going to be quite a high vacancy rate in those markets in the short term. And I think clearly the long-term vision for the government is that Tianjin will be a major financial and economic hub.
This map here shows what would be the equivalent of China's Manhattan, with the High River forming the East River in New York and the Hudson River over here and New Jersey here. And based on where we're located right now, those skyscrapers behind me, that'd be about Midtown Manhattan.
Groundbreaking already has begun on a nearly 2,000-foot skyscraper being built by an investment arm of the U.S. Rockefeller family. The bulk of financing, though, is through local government borrowing, which, like elsewhere in China, may be much higher than the official count. Nationwide, China has more than 6,500 local government financing vehicles, or LGFVs. Many are heavily indebted. An official audit put combined outstanding borrowing at $782 billion. Bloomberg, however, found that the 231 LGFVs that issued prospectuses this year alone have debt loads nearly matching the official nationwide total. In other words, there's much more debt nationwide hiding in the mist than the government and banks are letting on, and rolling over that debt may not be so easy.
In the past, there was such a large cash cushion and deposit growth was so strong, they could do that indefinitely. If the thing was never paid back, it often never mattered. Today, you've got such a large amount of loans that all of which could have some problem.
Given the debt load and negative cash flow from these projects, is China heading for a banking meltdown?
2012, we still have a lot of bullets to shoot in our policy tools. We're actually looking, the best among all the governments in the world.
The thinking seems to stop at a certain point. People just say the government will never let that happen. And that's where the conversation ends, and that is worrying.
Monuments to overambitious and unrealized real estate projects can be found all across China, including others that tried to emulate American icons. There was no fairy tale ending for this Disneyland ripoff.
The half-built project sits rusting in a cornfield north of Beijing after private developers reportedly ran out of money and walked away more than a decade ago. A cautionary tale, perhaps, that happily ever after usually only happens in a land of make-believe. Stephen Engle, Bloomberg, Beijing.